Today, we're talking about a book and a show, and I know I'm like hella behind, like on every show ever. Like I haven't seen Walking Dead, I haven't played the game The Walking Dead, I haven't read the comics of The Walking Dead, I haven't seen Breaking Bad yet, and no one will, even though it's over, like no one will ever shut the fuck up about it, including my friends. But yeah, I decided to talk about a book I got, and then I got the show because it was on sale at Costco. Uh, and unfortunately it's the reprint, but I'll probably just get all the reprint books. At least they still have the nice cover. And unfortunately I have this annoying banner that tells you get the show, which I did because I want to compare them. But yeah, it's a Game of Thrones, and holy crap, 800 pages. And I'm actually pretty far in. Well, I'm like barely even. I'm almost a fifth of the way in, but it's really good. Holy crap. So I'm just gonna talk about like what I've read so far and what I've seen so far in the movie, in the show. So yeah, here's the show. But yeah, so far in the book, it's just glorious. Holy crap. Um, I read some online reviews online for the show on Amazon. Of course, you have the sexist faux feminists on there who've obviously never read medieval mythology or don't know the history about medieval times or anything like that. Because that's what this is. It's basically medieval mythology in a book series and in a show. You got like knights and well, sort of. You have knights, kings, soldiers, war. You also got like fictional creatures and all of this. And I think there's even like zombies. Like freaking zombies! Come on. I don't know how relevant they get in the series, but they are briefly mentioned at the beginning of the book, and they are shown at the beginning of the series. Spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, which I think I'm the only one who just started seeing this. Um, and this is actually a pretty good Blu-ray, actually. I'm not sure why, but I think you get like 6 episodes on each disc, even though it says like there's only like 1 to 3 for each disc. And then there's bonus features on each disc. But nonetheless, it's still good. There's like 5 discs total. Yeah. HBO. Win a 42-inch LCD TV. Yeah, bullshit. Alright, for 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So yeah, this is awesome. What I like about the book compared to the show, what I like about the book is the language that they use. Maybe I'm old school. I really like the fact that they just use language to convey what's going on. They don't usually resort to cursing, which is my only nitpick for the show, really. Um, other than that, well, I also could nitpick one of the best characters in the book and the show, Daenerys, and her reaction to being wed off to the fictional native people in this series. In the book, she's like as soon as she gets married to the guy, she slowly accepts it. Well, she quickly accepts it really, and then she slowly learns how to convert to the fictional people's ways. And the show, they sort of like show her resistance toward it, and then she gets used to it, and it's more of it's a slightly different portrayal. I'm not gonna say it was like a bad difference. They both work very well. It's just again a nitpick, but I like both of them. Um, but of course I would choose the book, and I'm usually really stingy about book versus movie. Um, I usually don't read them all. I mean, Harry Potter I read like 1 through 4, and then like I just gave up after that. I started reading 5, and I was just like, okay. And finally, the fifth movie was coming out, and I was just like, eh. And like movies like 5 through 7, 8, whatever, weren't terribly interesting, even though they were supposed to be like this super tense thing. Like 5 was alright. It was like It didn't lead up into anything. Was my main problem with it. It's like we're training, and what has happened in 6? I'm alone. Oh shit. And then 7 was like the crew gets back together, at least part one was the most useless movie in the series. I will say that. I don't give a shit. It was stupid. What does it do? It only explains the MacGuffins that were in the earliest books that the author didn't know what to do with. Obviously, now there's a purpose for them. They weren't just MacGuffins. They were super MacGuffins that are basically a plot device. Well, that's what MacGuffins are anyways, sort of, but it became a central plot device. And then part 2 was, climax, contradiction, and numerous other things. But you can watch how it should have ended. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, it's hilarious. But yeah, Game of Thrones. This book, 800 pages. If you can, I'll admit, I usually read like young adult novels and stuff that's I do usually read fantasy, and this is sort of a more, I wouldn't say it's more adult oriented again, but I would say it's a more serious read uh, for uh, for a fiction based series. Very good, very interesting. I can't wait to finish it. I love all the characters. I love how it splits each chapter, and a lot of them are small, into each particular character, and what their viewpoint is, their emotional state, um, what they plan on doing, um, maybe that they don't always do something right, and I love that. Very unique. It's too bad probably almost no one who watched the show is going to read these, which is really saddening because I really enjoy this, and I'm really bad about reading. I really am, and I'm just enjoying it. I should continue and get faster reading this because I want to get to the second book. Um, but yeah, again, the show, it was on sale at Costco for like $20. The Blu-rays go for like $30. Well, at least the first one. All the rest are like 25 to 30 on Amazon. But this one's ranges from 30 to 35. I guess because it's the first one. And that's how a lot of books and shows and all that go. With like, look at like the Disney movie Aladdin. Only that one is like $30 to $60 on the internet, and it's only because it's never been reprinted. Okay, that's a pretty valid reason. Uh, and I'm sure Disney is waiting excitedly to put that on DVD and Blu-ray. I expected them to release it within the year after Robin Williams died because they're assholes. I love Disney, but yeah, they're assholes. Especially to Robin Williams. Look at all the shitty live action movies made they let him star in as an apology for the Return of Jafar. So yeah, yeah, definitely check these out. I know I wasn't very. I didn't want to spoil anything for you on these books, and the book and the show in particular, because you really should read them. You should read this, and then watch this. I've already kind of spoiled myself on the show. I forget if I'm on the third or fourth episode. I'll probably still watch it anyways, and then continue reading the book. Either way, I love both of them. Uh, um, but yeah, again, love this series. What more can I say? Check it out if you haven't already, which I'm like the only one. So yeah.